Muy buenas tardes. Today is Thursday, August the 31st. And we are here, me once again, my comadre B, and I am doing my first sit down, as you can see, since a year or over a year. So let's get to it. Before we do though, I wanted to wish my cuñado a happy heavenly birthday. He is no longer with us, but he is not forgotten. And he has a twin, a birthday twin, Lobito. Happy birthday. He's like, don't say nothing, don't post nothing. So I didn't, but here it is. I'm just giving it to you right here. Okay, so we'll get to it. Like I said, first ratings, because you know how it is. So we are rated TVMAFS, because
we talked a lot of shit.
Yes, we sure do. So if you're faint of heart, or you just don't like bad words, just change the channel, I guess. With us today, I have here Vero. This is my first best friend since kindergarten, so yeah, we go back 30 years. And over here to the right is my other BFF, the one that I tag on everything, the one and only Mr. Rocky. Can I get a... Everybody's like, who is she? Who is he?
Who is he? Who's a mysterious man that gets tagged?
Here he is. So yeah, guys, here is Vero. Introduce yourself.
Hi, lovelies. My name's Vero, Veronica. Like she said, we've known each other since we were teeny tiny little people. She kept me from running out of kindergarten the first couple of days, so I owe her my education. And we've just always kept in touch over the years, and we reconnect here and there, and the friendship never goes away. If you're really somebody's friend, time can pass, and it's like nothing happened. So that's me. I'm going to be here helping her with everything, sharing my experiences, kind of doing some fun, spooky things in the future. So that's going to be up to her.
And she's a TikTok celebrity. Share your handles so they can find you.
It recently changed, so I don't know it just yet, but we'll put it.
I'll put it on there so
we'll
you
tag
can
it.
find her.
But my TikTok is nothing but fun, lip syncs. A lot of you guys like my makeup, my hair, my clothing, so I do a lot of body positivity things. I'm starting to do more tutorials on makeup and DIYs, so that's going to be a little bit of what I'm going to be sharing with everybody.
And I'm Rocky. And
don't confuse them with Adrian and Rocky. No, not that one. No,
you don't want to go to that one, but it actually almost did a match another lifetime ago.
You didn't even gotta watch, liar. I'm looking like, what are you looking at?
You didn't see my watch from earlier today? Es hora de tomar.
What about you?
So I'm Becky's BFF, the one that gets known out there that hasn't seen the face to, that doesn't like pictures, because when you go through my Instagram, there's no pictures of myself. I'm not a photogenic person, but I tend to once in a while do show myself. And just somebody that likes to mess around, BS, laugh, make people laugh, and actually get to travel because of my work. So I get to see odd and weird places, and especially weird like this weekend. I had an option to eat kangaroo, ostrich, or buffalo meat.
Ooh.
That's what the menu said. I'll send you a picture of the menu, but I mean, it was something new. But when you're on the road,
that's just
I don't
a
know.
little sketchy. I don't know.
Yeah, especially if you actually been on the road, you know those bathrooms are not that nice on the road. So
buy your own toilet, bucket like us. We had a bucket for the girls back there. We ain't gonna be stopping.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I grew up going to Mexico in the summers, and if you didn't want to use the outhouse in the back, my abuelita's like, ahí hay un bote. So
yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
But it was a good one. It had a toilet seat on there.
Yeah.
A bucket,
yeah.
a toilet seat, a lid. It wasn't just a...
And it was just for number one. Don't think we were sitting in there with logs rocking with us in the speed bumps. No, it was just pee-pee.
See, kids these days have it really good. They don't know what it's like to drink out of the hose or have to
Oh, yeah.
be resourceful.
But you know what? Honestly, in my opinion, le quita lo bonito.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Growing up
Yeah.
and doing stuff in the yard, the hose, water hose fights.
Like that meme that's always around, like, I'm glad that I did all my desmadre before cameras and cell phones, because we got into some crazy things, and
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no proof except the memories.
Like I always say, if it ain't posted, it never happened. That's it.
If you don't have a picture,
No.
it doesn't exist.
Nope.
It wasn't true.
Yeah, no.
Well, then
So
sometimes we don't need pictures to show that truth.
That's
We
when
gotta
your
leave it
phone
behind.
is, oh, there's no charge on my phone. We don't need to take pictures.
And
No,
then you remember
memory-
scars and let me roll up my sleeve, my leg pant. That
No, the
happens.
phone was full of memories, so I couldn't take any more pictures.
Yeah.
He's like me. He loves them pictures.
Yeah, my phone actually has like 40,000 pictures.
I had
Yeah.
to buy the additional memory for my Google account. Like, you pay like
Yeah.
an extra $2-3 because, yeah, just click.
Mine's
click,
12.
Click, 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 click. Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't know,
I
I'm
got
not-
the 2-something gigs.
I don't know. I don't know what I did, but all I know is I could just upload it to the cloud, and I'm a little old lady. I don't know how that works, but it works, and they're
Yeah,
there.
I don't know. Me either. I'm
I
not
don't
with
know. I
technology.
don't upload to the cloud because it might rain, and I don't need that evidence to come out somewhere.
Oh, that should just be flowing everywhere.
The rears coming out of the cloud.
La toxica
So
calls. Oh,
I'm actually
fast.
old school. I hook it up to my computer and I save it in a memory bank, and it's saved somewhere and saved somewhere.
So now we know if anything happens to him, we have to destroy the
Well, like
computer.
a year ago, they were saying that if you would send a picture from your like phone,
Mhm.
if the other person was like a creeper, they can like crack into your whole cloud.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was scared.
So if
you
you
don't
were-
want to know what's on my cloud. Wow.
So like,
Whoa!
if you were a hacker, you would actually
Not
find
like
out.
that, but it's like, no, you don't want to know. Sorry, Mom. Oh, you know what? I didn't even do my saludo. See what I mean? I will give my saludo to my mother. I always give her a saludo, first of all. That's my number one fan and the one that believes in me and this and this. And the other day I was talking to my friend Elizabeth, and she's just like, oh, because she was down and out for a little bit, so she was catching up on all my stuff. And she's like, you give too many saludos, I need to fast forward. But you know what? I just love people. Like, I love my people. I don't have physical friends. Like, I
Yeah.
don't have, like, you know, this, I know him, like, over a year, and this is the first time I'm
She
meeting
put a
him
face
in
to it.
person.
She put a face to the
I haven't seen her in, like, 24 years.
Yeah. Roughly, yeah.
Because even, like, senior year and stuff, we would, like, hey, you know, and that's it. Like, we weren't into the same nothing. I was always over there doing other stuff, and, you know.
I was in a
You
other
know.
desmadre.
Era todo otro rollo, but you know, it's like I don't have physical friends, so it's like all my social people, like my social media people, I love them, you know, and they're all so nice to me, and that's why I always say like Lobo, the guy that I said happy birthday to. If you guys see in the video the other day, he's the one that plays in that rock band, the Conflicto. So I'm gonna be interviewing them soon, and I'm real excited because they're the first real musical background interview that I'm gonna have. So you know, he gives me tips. He can get this kind of lighting and this and a microphone and blah blah blah. All my people are like really resourceful because everybody knows something. So you know, and then I'm always like, hey, you know, what do you think, or this or that, and people answer me. So how am I not gonna like say hi? Like, it's rude, you know. And I love everybody so much. Like, and they love me back because they message me, you know, you're so nice and this and the whole Dear Abby, hey, I have this going on, what do you think? It's like, you don't want to ask me. You really don't, but I would say, you know, blah blah blah, and you know. So I appreciate you guys as much as you appreciate me. So yeah, I want to just give a saludo, like I said, to, well, first of all, my mom, but that was already done. So, you know, yeah, everybody, all the new people I've met during this whole year, like I said, my last sit down like this was over a year ago. It was last year in, I think, March.
Oh, wow.
So it's been
Over
a
a year.
while. It's been a while. We had a lot of technical difficulties due to waivers and permissions and releases. So that's why too I pulled a lot of my work out of YouTube. So me desanimó, you know.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck, you know. But you know, it is what it is. Life goes on. Like I said, this is literally like my 3rd year starting. Like, you know, I would say season 3. What else would I say? Like season 3. And yeah, like everybody's like, when are you gonna do a sit down? Where's the girls? And that's why I was like, you know what? I have like really cool people that I know. Why not put them together and see what comes out of it? You know,
So far,
you
so
have
good.
experiences. This guy has. He just died and came back to life. So hopefully he'll tell us about that. But it's just like I know amazing ass people. You know. So if we can sit there and share, like, you know, that was the original idea behind the whole Comadriando, like, talk about life in general. Like, especially us, los Latinos, you have the tendency that if you're dying, you still don't ask for help.
Oh, yes.
You will not. You will not go to the doctor because they're going to lie to you and charge you. You will not ask anybody because you're fucking embarrassed. So you're like, nah, you're going to sit here and judge me. Like, I know. So you will sit there and literally fucking rot because you're just embarrassed, or you just don't want to go, or you just don't want to know you're gonna die. Like everything, at least me, like me, yo estoy mala, that's it, I'm gonna die.
Olvidaron que te critiquen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pues se
Exactly.
enfermó porque no se cuida.
Yes.
Se enfermó porque anda haciendo eso.
Most definitely. There's things that, you know, there's a big stigma associated, even though as a society we've progressed. I could walk into the doctor, que me duele esto, por gorda. That was stopping me. Okay, so all the fluffy, on my channel I say fluffy, plus size. I'm a marshmallow of a person, okay? But a lot of the times, Becky knows that over the years I had near-death experiences, so we're here on that one. And we're here on this one, and it's like you walk in and you're like, oh, you know, I'm not feeling it. Oh, por gorda. No, you know what? Your elbow hurts because you're fat. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't think so.
What is that?
Okay.
No, it
So
has
it's
extra
really
cushions,
hard.
so it shouldn't hurt.
Yeah, and it's like, I get it. You know, your weight and your health does affect. I'm not saying it doesn't. You know, science is science. I can't beat it. But also, you need to have compassion. And a lot of the times, Latinos aren't taught compassion. We're not taught to be, you know, considerate of other people's. Just luego we crack jokes or you're fine, ponte Vicks. Ponte Vicks.
You're not 7-Up.
You're not 7-Up, yes.
Vaporub.
Sana colita de rana. Eh?
So yeah, totally agree with you on
Did
that
you
one.
see that new meme they made with that song?
No.
Sana, colita de rana, bitch. Like, it ain't taking it. Like, nope, not no more. No more. You're done. It's hilarious. I hear it on like everything. It's like, sana, colita de rana, bitch. It's like, I take it.
It's a good theme song. It's a good theme song.
I'll take it. So yeah, like I said, that was my main idea, but it's hard to interview people.
Yeah.
Cause they're shy. Like everybody will tell me everything. Like I'm not gonna say a lot, but I just know a lot of everybody's everything.
Everybody
Like they
confesses
said,
a feeling
yes.
when they're off the camera. But
Yes.
Ya estando ahí, they're like,
I'm Gretchen Wiener. My hair's so big because it's full of secrets. I swear to God.
She doesn't even go here.
Yeah, like, you know, and then I tell them, well, come and talk about it. Oh, no. Just don't tell nobody and forget I told you that. No.
Yeah.
Why? Like, who cares? You can sit next to him and just talk.
Talk off.
Nobody needs to see you,
Yeah.
but it's good to hear stuff.
It is because, like I tell you, people ask me all the time. Ay, yo muy platicona, but whatever. People always go, well, why do you put it out there? Why do you put yourself out there? Why do you like share embarrassing things? Like, you know, I have had major reconstructive surgery. I've had, you know, 7 near-death experiences, and they're like, "Bo, why? Do you just like the attention?" And it's like, no, because I've been through it. I've dealt with medical issues. I've dealt with the insurances not covering medicines. And if I could tell somebody like, hey, you know what, you work around this way, or tell your doctor this, or this is what helped me, it'll help them get the help that they need. It'll help them get the treatments that they need. Also, sometimes it's just good to know that somebody went through the same thing you did,
Yeah.
because in that moment you feel like you're in a bubble. And you're just like, nobody knows how I feel, because my parents are telling me, like, why are you crying for? Like, toughen up,
Yeah.
you're good. Like, pa qué? You know, like
No seas chillona.
Yes.
No seas chillona.
so it's like it's good to see that there's vulnerability in people and that they're willing to share. It's just
And
hard.
that it could be a normal state you're in.
Yes, most definitely.
Like my near death, and I've shared it before, but I will refresh in that memory. My anniversary just came up 6 years ago. I almost died, literally. Like, you can even ask him. I died in front of him. Complications for birth control pills.
Yeah.
And every single thing, side effect that was on the label, I got. The most painful was air bubbles in my breast. Literally bubbles that I can move around.
No, los bubbles
And-
is silicone.
No,
She's
this
all
is
natural.
all natural.
She's all, this is.
Let me take it down so they could be all set.
Frijoles y arroz y tortillas. That's what made her body, okay?
Let me take this down. They be all sad just looking at the floor.
All the good
No,
stuff.
and you know what? Like right now, I've been gymming it, right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
And I'm like, se me está yendo todo, and I'm like, fuck, like I liked my legs. They're like sad. Look. Now they're like full of cellulite, like they're just sad, and like so I tell him, I'm like, fuck, like I'm just melting.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna just stop and I'm fine. I know I need to tone up certain areas, so I hit those machines every day. You know how people are like, okay, leg day today and arm day. Nah, fuck that. Yo a la chingada. I do the same workouts every day, minus like this and that. Like no, I'm good with the fat right there. Just leave it. I'm good.
You work out whatever's not sore that day.
Yeah, no. Like I'm just like, okay, like my legs, I'm done. I'm good. My arms, the panza, I'll walk it off real quick. But no, like I see broads in there, they're doing the whole freaking walkie. Like I don't even walk a mile. I don't need to walk. Never. Like I'll just warm it up real quick to just get all, and then I'll just go do what I have to do. And like 45 minutes, I'm done. But I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate that. Like I tell everybody, I'm just allergic to that place. No matter how long I've been going, I still like just dread. Like fuck, it's time to go. Fuck, and I'm just sitting there. I'm taking a shower and I'm just so sad. Like trying to do pucheros, and I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna be healthy. So yeah.
I've lost a total of 180 pounds.
Wow.
In the past 9 years. It's taken me a long time, but I've done it. But the gym is something that always gave me anxiety. Because somebody would walk over and be like, oh, let me show you. And I'm like, I didn't ask you. I'm walking on a treadmill. Like, I know how to press go.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, no, you need to do this. And I'm like, thank you. I had major reconstructive surgery. I can't do certain things because I have a lot of scar tissue. And they're like, no, tú sí puedes. And I'm like, no, I 10-inch scar, reconstructed scars all throughout the middle. I really can't, So I know exactly how you feel because you're just like, oh, I have
And
to
I know
go,
what to do.
And I'm gonna sweat and I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna be like sticky afterwards. Y que sabe qué? And to me, it's more like the anxiety of I'm gonna look like a potato because I have no makeup on and I'm sweating bullets. And I see those cute girls in like the little tube tops with the matching.
Yes.
And I'm over here in a t-shirt.
Yes.
Basketball
We
shorts.
sit there. I don't give a
And that's the
shit.
reason you get like half the guys that want to use a treadmill, the most pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, just nomás un taquito de ojo.
For one event a day, the gym is not a fashion show for me.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go to get my
Eso
shit
sí.
done. I don't give a shit how cute I look. No, I go handle my scandal and I'm done.
Yep.
Like my brothers have treadmills, I see them, y les tengo miedo. I think I'm gonna fall off that shit somewhere.
Oh my god, like the one, the lady that's right.
Pants
Y
and
les
all.
bajan los calzones. The pants? Oh my
They
god.
come off.
That is my worst nightmare right there. Like, but nah, I walk not even a mile. Like I said, I do my cardio. High school, I had 2 years of weight training for PE, so I know exactly what I'm doing. Like, I had no body
How much did
fat
you-
back then.
How much did you bench?
I used to bench 150. I used to squat 200. But now, my back don't work because of that.
So,
Yeah.
back in high school, we had weightlifting class. And it was all guys and one girl. Una negrita, like, especially growing up in Highland Park back in the 90s, no había muchos negritos, pero uno que otro. So the girl came and wanted to get the class that was only class available. So we're all doing the weights. A buddy of mine goes on there, could barely do the bar, and 5 pounds on the sides. Like, So we're like, oh shit, the teacher goes, Mr. Campbell, read. And he's like, all right, you do it. Se suela, muchacha.
Nothing.
Like
Yeah.
nothing, we're like, holy shit.
Now, don't take me wrong. It took me almost the whole year to master the 150, and I was only 110 back then. So yeah, but our coach, our PE teacher, Miss Airy, was on it. On it.
She was a tough lady.
Hustle! Come on, babe, you could do it. It's like, no, I can't. I'm gonna shit myself. Sorry, but it's like, that's the feeling. Yeah, there was a bunch of times I would even vomit after because I just couldn't. But, you know, I did it anyway. I never made it to the whole competition because we had, she used to do 2 periods and, like, combine the top girls. But I was on the top, and then, yeah, no, then I wasn't because there was other girls that were, you know, real strong. But, yeah, my squats were, that's it. I was so proud of my shit. I used to tell the football players I squat 200. Like, that's it. How, like, I do ask anybody in my period, they will tell you I squat 200. Now I wish I never squatted anything. Like, I turn and that's it. I'm stuck for 10 days.
Yeah.
I'm just, like, my back's thrown out. I can't even breathe because it hurts. But back in my glory days, 200, I used to squat like nothing. Boom. Used to put the big belt on and just pa, pa, pa. I used to have lines right here, everything. One thing I've always done that she taught us to do was stand on your tippy toes for 60 seconds. So my calves are there.
Calves and everything.
I've done that every single day since then. That's one thing I've never stopped doing.
See, I took the easy way out to get nice calves. Estoy sentada, you can't see right now. But I have nice legs. They're just chunky. But I used to wear 6-inch heels because I worked at the bank for 10 years. And they would always be like, you need to be in heels. You need to be like immaculate. So I'd be like, all right, I'm going to wear heels. I'm going to wear my party heels, you know, because back in the day, era muy bailadora. So I'd be like, okay. So I'd wear slacks. So you would just be like, wow, Veronica's tall today, you know? And I lift up my slacks and well, it's because I have my nice shoes on.
Or skylights. Or sky heights.
Yeah.
Sky heights, right?
Yeah, 6 inches, double platform in the front. And now I'm like, why does my knee hurt? Why does my hips hurt?
I refuse to give my shoes up. I went down after I had my kids because I would do the 7, 8 inch
You do
the highlights or sky heights or what the fuck? I forgot what they're called.
Some
Heights.
heels said pleasers, but we're not gonna go
now
there.
I'm up to 5, but I won't give them up. Like even this one, like I'll be coming down the stairs. It sounds like a horse. He's all excited, like, where are we going? I'm sweeping and mopping. What are you talking about?
I was gonna throw my shoes on, get ready to go to the swap meet. And she comes down in sweats and high heels. I'm like, oh, I guess we're not going nowhere.
Yeah, I do. I do housework and
see. That's how it used to be. Like before my surgery and stuff, I'd be like, oh, mom, I'm going to Walmart. And she's all vestida así, I'm all, ay, pues sí. You know, like
Mariah Carey.
Seriously, like, hey, you created this monster. My mom would always be like, there's no excuse. She's like, always be dressed, even if you're simple, in like t-shirt, sweats, shorts, whatever, your sneakers. She's like, but always be clean, your face nice, and if you can't do your hair, put it up. And I'm like, well, you created this monster, mom. But now the viejita and after everything, and I'm like, flats, chanclas, tacones when I want to feel cute. But those ones only go up to 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I can't do the 6 or 7. I can't anymore.
Oh yeah, same thing. My mom too. Always, you need to be dressed because you never know. And I'm like, you never know what. I'd be like back then, like, who cares? So what if you die? They're gonna pick up your body all ugly. I'm like, oh my god, no, mom.
She used to be like, ponte calzones limpios todos los días.
That's a
never know.
Die with a skid mark on.
That's disgusting.
No tanto, John, but you know.
Well, actually, like me myself, I'm mandatory shower daily. Cuando voy a salir, like even to the liquor store, lo que sea. Once I wake up, leave the house. First is a shower because if I don't feel comfortable and I don't even want to go nowhere.
I'm ridiculous. I shower like
como
3,
dice
4,
uno,
5 times a day. I'm like in the shower all day.
Yeah.
All day long.
Y como dice uno, you gotta be prepared because you may never know what happens.
You never know.
And then like they say, like fuck, think of it to be your ghost.
That's what I was
That
thinking.
is so ugly. Like fuck, no.
Sweats and chanclas.
No. And believe me, like that, I'm gonna fucking scare people. So I don't want to be looking even scarier. Like I want to be a nice looking ghost. Like fuck, let me come scare you real quick, but look good.
He's like, I thought she was flirting with me at first, but she scared the shit out of me. So
her eyes started closed,
rolling back.
She teased me at first. She was getting closer and closer. I was like, ¿quién viene? Y de repente,
That sounds like he He's like, it sounds like a good time for me, but I'm just saying.
Just saying. But yeah, like I said, that's the reason behind the whole everything else, information, experiences, and to learn things. Like everybody's, your experience wasn't mine. His definitely wasn't mine.
Well, since you guys were talking about the gym, I don't do the gym because, when I said, 20 years ago, I kind of did the splits. I had like insomnia, so I only sleep a few hours.
Estaba bailando en el tubo. He lies.
I would get up at 5 in the morning, watch the news, and then go back to my room. In una de esos, I started feeling this like fall asleep, like numb. So I would get up and shake it off. That time it was this one, I'm like, se me va a quitar. I took a step and all I heard is crack, and I was like doing the splits. And actually what it was that I broke my bone from under my kneecap. So I had to get rushed to the hospital, but a friend of mine told me, call 911 that you want to ride, now that it's an emergency. So they don't charge you the excessive charge.
Yeah, it's more of a medical transport.
Transport. So
so tell them, what, for you guys that need an emergency lift one day?
Yeah.
If you need an emergency
free?
ride, you could call 911, but say no lights or sirens, because that's an extra, I don't know what is it now, but back in 2006, it was like $2,500 for a ride to the hospital.
No, now it's my mom who's recently, we had to, she had an emergency, and we got the bill, and thank goodness que tienen Medi-Cal, Medicare, no, está bien. Medicaid, una de esas, no sé.
Medicaid, not Mary Kay like the makeup.
But no, we got the bill, and it was like almost $5,000.
To go to the hospital in an ambulance?
De La Puente a Baldwin Park.
The Kaiser.
Yes, the Kaiser right there on Baldwin Park. If you know, you know. By the 10 freeway. Yeah, like maybe a 15-20 minute.
Yeah, commute.
$5,000 right there. Un jalazo. So
I'm gonna get me a by an ambulance. Jeez.
Let's become a medical transport company.
Medical transport company.
And they just hang up. Have you ever seen the ambulance when they're off duty?
Yeah, they
Just sit there shooting the shit, eating, laughing, hooking up with their guy and girl. I've seen it happen.
If you see a rockin', don't come a knockin'. That's
the
rules.
When we had a store right there in Whittier, they used to protest you all the time. I'm pretty sure they were like doing other stuff in there.
They were playing doctor?
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes.
Well, so they gave me a ride. Second, since the ambulance that showed up was not heavy duty, because I was actually a little bit bigger than what I am right now. So they had to call another transport, and they literally kind of carried me out and everything else. So rumor was that people said I died because I had been rushed to the hospital.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's not my life-death experience. That's a different story. So they did the surgery and everything else. Since I was already like 400 plus, they don't have heavy-duty wheelchairs. They don't have the commodos where you sit down and use the bathroom, walkers. So I lived in the hospital for almost 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Had to order a heavy-duty wheelchair, which I still have. It holds 1,000 pounds, so all of us can take a ride.
I'm like, let's go!
We could bring it out and take it for a spin. I mean, it'll hold all of us.
Go down the hill.
The park has it down like a I know exactly where to go.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, it's a different experience.
My mom says I'm Lucy because I'm out there.
It's just all about having a good time.
Yeah. Well, just getting all those things, and being I was already 400 plus, the doctor was like, so I technically have a plate and 10 screws. So he's like, I don't need you walking because you're already 400 plus. I don't want those screws to strip off. So this was in February. I was able to walk with the walker until after September. So estaba como un viejito. I had my truck on big wheels back then. I iba con el pinche walker, throw it in the back of the truck, jump in the truck, and then park, grab onto the truck, get my walker, go to the store and everything else. So that took a toll on my body and everything else. And from not really walking and not being active, I actually made it up to 565 pounds. And I actually have a picture with Fluffy.
The comedian.
The comedian, Gabriel Iglesias. Oh, and thank you for cutting me out on one of your pictures on the throwback. But we'll get even one day.
The day has come.
Conste.
But actually, I have a picture of him, and it's a funny story. I've told her a couple of times. So I was already that big. I was a 10X. So when you're leaving there, if you've been to a show, you know how they sell his merchandise and everything else. So Martin sees me, he's like, bro, I got a shirt for you. I'm like, no, you don't. Yeah, I do. I got a shirt for you. No, you don't. He kept bugging. And I was like, no, you don't. And back then, I didn't walk too much. So, like, the walking distance, a block was like, I was already dying because I was so big. So I was a little irritated. He's like, do friegue. And I'm like, all right, let me see what size shirt is. He goes, I have a 6X. I'm like, bro, real men wear double digits. He's like, what? I go, yeah, real men wear double digits. Nah. He comes and grabs my shirt. Oh, shit, that's a 10X. He was like, ya no dijo nada. So I get close to Fluffy para saludarlo. The picture moment, you know, everybody takes a picture of them. He goes up to him, ask him what shirt he wears, He's like, ¿qué trae, Martin? He wanted to ask me what size shirt I was. He goes, so what shirt you wearing? He goes, I wear a 10X. And he's like, what? I go, yeah. Pro Club 10X shirt is what I was wearing for a good while until I actually got approved through the insurance and everything else to get the gastric bypass. And I did do it, I'll say, 5 years after I seen him. And that experience was crazy because thanks to, actually, I was watching that last night, it was on TV. My 600-pound life.
I love that show!
Oh, yeah.
So, I love the 1,000-pound sisters. That's my show.
I bought all the seasons.
I love that show. Oh my god. Okay, sorry.
So when my doctor was recommending it and everything else, I'm like, seeing that TV show, I'm sorry to say, like, if you're a big person and you're able to do it, go for it. It changed my life completely.
The gastric
bypass. But when you get shows like that, like, I was like, nah, I seen people that wouldn't walk straight or having difficulties going back and forth, but I guess every story is different. So finally got a doctor to do it and everything else. Went through the program, and they tell you, you know, your medication. They already know all your medication. So he's like, oh, don't take your diabetic medication at least the day before your surgery. Well, yo no sabía. I took my high blood pressure medication the morning of my surgery. So when he was through the surgery and everything else, they prep you, and they're like telling the family, oh, less than an hour you'll be out. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm not a person that likes needles, so I hate going to the doctor, but then yet I do have tattoos. And
it's a hypocrite needle person.
Yeah. So I go under. I wake up, and I think I was the Hellraiser. I woke up with like 6 IVs and a catheter. Dije, la madre, que me violaron, ni supe nada. Because I went in with just one IV, you know, what they put you out. And coming to, it's crazy what a small world it is. So my sister-in-law's friend was my nurse in the recovery.
Oh.
So I'm coming to, and she's like, okay, Rocky, it's okay. And I'm looking like, who the fuck are you? I don't even know who it is.
Yeah.
You're so out
So
of it.
I'm out of it and everything else. Once like a few hours go by, I'm still tripping out like, why do I have so many IVs if I would have even went number one? Doctor comes in, he goes, hey, you okay? And I'm like, yeah. I go, what happened? He goes, man, all these years I've done surgery, I've never lost one, and you were almost going to be my first one. So technically, if you see on TV, they just make little punctures to go in. But since I was hemorrhaging, they opened me up. So some friends didn't think I got gastric. People thought I got shot. Because literally I have a scar. And then since I was big at the time and everything else, I have brackets that I look like a football when you grab it. So I have so many brackets and stitches and everything else. So yeah, it was painful, and sometimes it makes you think of everything like you went through, but the final outcome, it's like, I'm actually glad I was able to do it because I'm able to walk more, I'm able to do more stuff. And before, when I was that big, because of my knee surgery, I wasn't able to even walk down the block. Now I walk down the block and come back, and it's like, it's nothing to it. But yeah, it was a life experience. Like,
How long did you flatline?
I don't know. I was knocked out. I didn't ask the doctor. He just said, I almost lost you. So he's like, what do you mean you almost lost me? He goes, yeah, I almost lost you, but I have you here. And I'm like, okay. And even my family was worried because not even an hour surgery became over 3 hours.
Oh, wow, that was...
So it kind of makes you think when he said over 3 hours, it's like, okay, so what really happened in between and everything else? It's like,
so did they tell you why you were hemorrhaging?
yeah, the blood thinner.
The medication.
The high blood pressure.
High blood pressure.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to take anything because it'll interact with the anesthesia and stuff. When I had my surgery, back then I didn't have illnesses. I was recovering from a major... So, backstory. For years, I had a lot of pain, and doctors would be like, por gordita, because you're big, right? And I'm like, no, check my blood. I'm not diabetic.
It ain't funny, but it's
it's funny. You know what? I always say you have to laugh or you're gonna cry. Right?
Yes.
You gotta let it go sometimes.
Yes.
And
I agree.
Latinos, we joke about everything, but they're like, por gordita, and I'm like, well, damn, like I don't eat that much, like, and I was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it looked like I had a pregnant belly. And one day, I kept getting like lung infections, right? Like pneumonia or like intestinal infections and stuff. It wasn't pretty. And so I ended up in the emergency room with 104 fever. And my fever was so high, I was having seizures. And they gave me an antibiotic I ended up being allergic to. And that almost killed me, but it saved my life. Because my doctor came back and he's like, hey, Veronica, what's going on? And I was like, they gave me this in the emergency room. My skin was peeling off of my body. I had hives everywhere. I kept having seizures. I ended up damaging my inner ear because of how high my fever was and everything that was going on. He pulled me off. He's like, let me just check you to make sure everything's okay. He ended up asking for an ultrasound, and they found a 60-pound tumor on my right ovary. And he's like, we'll call you with everything when we get the results. Is it okay to call you? Because, you know, you're not supposed to give that type of news over the phone. They're supposed to bring you in. And I was working off of Wilshire in La Brea. And I got a phone call. And on camera, you just see me on my cell phone behind the teller line because I was a manager. You just see me go, and I faint. And then I pop back up and I'm like, I gotta go, guys. And they're like, why? I'm like, because they just told me I have cancer. And it was one of those things where you're just like, what do I do? Do I get surgery? Do I get chemo? Like, what do I do? And I just rushed home, and I'm a big baby. I got my mom and went to the doctor. And they're like, we found a 60-pound tumor. We think it's cancerous. That's why you keep getting infections, because it ruptures and then it goes through your body. So it's like what you said, where you have, you know, to make a decision, and you're so heavy at that point that you can't walk, you can't do those things. So I went through the same thing because I had this giant mass. And I would just see it, like, I would look down and I'd be like, this is a true story. I said, Omar, to my brother, I said, Omar, if I pass, I'm at peace, but I named my tumor Bob. And he's like, why? I'm like, cause remember that scene in La Bamba?
Sorry.
No, it's funny. It's, you know that scene where she goes, not rich. It should have been you, Bob. I said, I want you to go up to my casket and I want you to say, it should have been you, Bob. But it's just
even then humor.
But it's like I'm listening to him saying I couldn't walk, I couldn't do those things, I couldn't, and I was in the same boat but for a different reason. So hearing your story takes me back, and it makes me feel like, wow, he knows exactly how I felt. He knows exactly what it was like to go to the store, to go get gas, to just go get the mail. So,
or to go to the mall.
Yeah. So it's like crazy.
Yeah, because even before the knee problem, I used to walk Ontario Mills.
Yeah.
I had no issue.
Yeah.
But after the knee issue, is like,
it changes your life.
What store we're going to? Because
I gotta count.
Here. Yeah.
I gotta see if they're a bitch. Yeah. I'll wait for you guys out here. Yeah. It's crazy. I know exactly how you feel.
They owe the electric wheelchair.
I was like
Fucking
that
rascal.
If you guys know me, I have like ADHD or whatever you call it. Like I do 10 things at once. I can't concentrate on one thing, and I'm just on the go. If not, then I get sad. Then I start crying, and then I get depressed. Anyways, yeah, when I was sick, we lived on a block, mid-block. There was apartments to the left, and when shit hit the roof, I couldn't even walk to the corner. One breath would be 3. Like, your one breath you take would be 3 for me, and they would get stuck, and oh my God, it was the worst time of my life, and doctors were checking me for cancer.
Yeah.
They were pulling my blood out, like 3 times a week. I did tests for 4 months because they still, like, what the heck is wrong with you? For those of you guys that don't know anything cancer related, your white cells lower big time. So the count is low, and that's a big, like,
indicator.
Yes, to the doctors, like, okay, this is what we're basing on. My blood cells were fine. I wasn't cancer. They were screening me. I had 2 mammograms. I had a sonogram. I had blood work twice a week. Everything. And they're just like, we don't know what is wrong with you. I was like, estoy embrujada. Like, what is going on? Yeah, no, I did the chunta. Like, no.
Hold on, let me go get a huevo.
It didn't work. Jesus, no. And it was just so sad because I'm on the go. Right now that it's summer, I don't walk. But usually when it's not hot, like, I don't know, I'm getting old, I guess. Usually I love the heat. 100 plus is good for me. I love it. Right now it's like I'm all cranky, like, fuck, it's so hot for me. But you know, I walk. I'm a walker. I walk like a mile in a day, less than a mile at night, but that's at the gym, you know. But yeah, like just taking my kid for that walk, fuck, I couldn't do it. And I was just sitting there, and if you know me, you know I am stubborn. You tell me black, I will argue to the death that it is white, and I will prove it to you. Not just to be a big mouth, like I will prove it to you. Nope, I was sitting there. It would take me 20 minutes to walk to the corner, but I would do it in tears because I was sitting there and I was like, I cannot believe this is my life right now. Like, no. And my little kid was only 4 at the time, and she just looked at me, and my poor kid's so traumatized. I would cry loud like somebody's dying because, like, you don't know what's wrong with you. What's wrong with you? Am I dying? Like, you know? So it was just like, fuck, you know, so I know what you guys mean. Like, I couldn't walk. And I would just sit there and just, I think I can, like a little train on Dumbo. I think I can, and I just keep pushing, and that's it. Like, I'd come back, and man, I would tell him, like, fuck, I did it to the corner. Took me 25 minutes, but I did it back and forth. Every day I would refuse, like, no, this is not gonna be me. That's why, like, if I die, guys, know that I died fighting. I fought to the end. Like, there was no more. Because I don't want to die. I want to live till I'm 80. The day after my 80th, I'll go.
Comadre, no.
So I'll go. Because then I might have arthritis and everything. Like, I'll just go the day after my 80th birthday. In peace. I'll just die that night, like in my sleep. I just won't wake up.
Good to know.
But I will live till I'm 80. Mark my words right now. Because, no.
And the crazy thing is, like, with my surgery, like you said, you walk 2-3 miles and everything else. And I hear my buddies that are low on the heavy say, yeah, I walk 3 miles, esto que el otro. I'm like, you know what the doctor recommended? 30 minutes of walking a day. Yeah. If you're light eating how you're supposed to and everything else, 30 minutes of walking a day. Otros, no, que I go 5 miles, que esto que el otro, but fucking beer belly looks the same. It's like...
He does like a whole 1.5 miles on a 12 incline. He's like, you're fucking nuts. You're crazy.
Do it the butt to get that sweat and everything.
Nah, I'm good. I don't
See, with me, it's like, you know what it's like because you had the big incision. Like, I had 10, and they saved my belly button. Some people that know that have, like, it's an old school C-section. Because you know how they do the Smiley now? Well, back in the day, they used to open you up like this because my tumor was so...
Like in Mexico.
Yes. And my tumor was so big, it was 60 pounds. It was like the size of a watermelon. And it had a bunch of, like, micro tumors inside. And they're like, we'll save your belly button if we can. I'm like, what do you mean if we can? I went in with the belly button. I want to come out with the belly button. And they're like, sometimes there's complications with it. And I said, me aguanto. I have a little hole, I want it there. But they were able to save it. But I did notice that, fun fact, is I really don't wear pants because of my scar. Because around the belly button, it's super, super, super thick. So it's like when I wanted to work out, and I'm like, okay, I'll wear like my little shorts, my little pants. It would hurt so bad. And then I'd be like, okay, well, let me find alternatives. So what I found was doing like aerobics in my room. I put on like Netflix, because I love murder mysteries and anything spooky. Or
she's a woman.
Or the British baking show. También esa. I'd be watching them making cakes, and I'm like sweating, and I'm like, okay, this is maybe counterproductive. I'm
gonna make this right when I get up.
This is counterproductive because yo quiero ese pinche postre. But no, and then I found doing little steps, like a little stepper, would make me sweat because it's like, you know, you're having to lift yourself, but it's not putting a lot of stress on your body. Because walking like your friends get 3 miles before, yo no lo podía. So I do like better aerobics. They call it fluffy girl fitness, where you're like,
that's what I need.
Yeah, like you put pillows underneath certain angles to do sit-ups or to do this and that, and to remember when they used to do aerobics at Nogales? Did you ever take that class? I did, and it was a lot of fun. It makes you all stretchy and bendy.
I should have took it.
Look into it, but no, like you could do it in bed. So like people,
well, yeah.
No, así no, comadre.
Sorry, mom.
Sorry, mom.
I guess you're gonna have to order more pillows. Seriously, Rocky's probably like, can you do it with a partner? Double the sweat. I don't know, but yeah, I couldn't do what other people do. A group workout, you know. More than there.
No, I'm not interested.
I'm okay.
The other day, my friend cracked a joke, and I'm still traumatized. Elizabeth, you know what you said.
But it's just it's so funny because everybody's fitness journey is different. Yeah. Like me, I like privacy. I like working out where nobody can see me because the gym traumatized me. Same thing with you. And Becky's like, I'm the brave one. I'll go. You know? And it's like all of us have had near-death experiences, different illnesses, and we all know how each other feels, but we all come from different paths of life. And it's just like, to look at her, you wouldn't think, you know, que la comadre struggles. Or you would
struggle with everything. Yeah. I even struggle getting out of bed.
But it's just appearances, you know. You would hear his story and you'd be like, wow, you've come so far, you're an inspiration. But to him, he's like, oh, you know, it's me.
It's life.
It's life, you know. And then me, I'm over here cracking jokes because you gotta laugh or you're gonna cry. And people are like, oh, you're so bubbly. I'm like, yeah, but if I sit there long enough, I'll probably cry.
Yeah. That's why, honestly, I stay busy all day.
Yeah.
It helps out.
If I'm not doing something, then I start thinking. Then when that starts happening, that's it. I'm fucked for like at least 2-3 weeks. Like, that's it. You know, like this whole issue I had with my nose, my throat. I've said it before. You know, I'll go over it again because it's new. My voice is new too and everything. Everybody's like, what happened? I don't know what happened. I've had a lot of issues with my throat. I've had tonsillitis for years. I put myself on the birth control pill because I didn't want to get pregnant, because one point I was so close to getting my tonsils removed and I ended up pregnant, and obviously they didn't touch me because that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it now. Like, I used to get breakouts every 3 months faithfully, and they're not fun. It feels like you swallowed a broken glass bottle. Plus you have fevers, you get the shakes. And TMI, but like little pus pebbles in your tonsils.
Oh, the tonsil stones.
Totally disgusting. Yes, they freaking smell. They're uncomfortable because you could just feel them scratching. So I would tell him, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to do it this time. I'm going to remove them. Okay, so there I went. I did the whole birth control pill, blah, blah, blah. That backfired. And I'm talking about, this was about 8 years ago that I've been suffering like big time. Well, you know, I'm sitting here like, you know, it's like just hurting. My voice is changing. It's real raspy. Like I'm a shower performer, so I would like kill the Janis Joplin while I'm showering. You know, and that's not me. I didn't have a big thick voice. Yeah. As I tell them, they're like, I'm just ready to do the karaoke. We're good. And it was just like hurting and weird, and then like I started having like a drip constantly.
A post nasal.
Yes,
a nasal
and
drip,
it was just really gross. And then my eye is even like hinchado. Like all of a sudden I have a hood eye, the hood lid right here. If you don't know what that means, it like droops over. And it's like just a lot of different shit that's going on, you know? So I was like, you know, okay, so then in my nose I see that I have something growing in there. Like you could see it. So I was like, that's it, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. What do you think when you're sick? You're gonna, I'm gonna fucking die. So I tell my doctor, no, I'm gonna die. And he already knows me because he helped me with the whole ordeal.
Everything else, yeah.
He's been my doctor 6 years, so he's like, what's wrong with you now? Like, I'm just gonna die. Like, I'm gonna die. And he's just like, I'm gonna refer you to a ear, throat, and nose specialist. We'll go from there. Just, you're not gonna die right now. Just stop. I'm just gonna die. Every day I have time. Like, that's it. If I wake up tomorrow, it's a miracle. I'm gonna die. So finally, you know, I go, I do my whole everything, and they stick this big old freaking like popote thing in my nose, and it's like tickling my throat, and I'm like sneezing, because it's disgusting.
Oh, I got the chest.
Yes, it is that gross.
That just reminded me like the first COVID test.
Yes, like that, and it just goes in there, and they're like, don't move, but it's like just like tickling everything.
It's like I feel it's gonna poke my eye.
Yes, and my eyes are all watery, and it's on the screen, and they're like, okay, so you're all hinchada. There's nothing growing in there. It's just hinchada.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, okay, now what? Like, am I gonna die? So no, why would you die? I'm like, well, because I've been dying for 4 months now. Like, am I gonna die? She's like, no. She's all, so you have really bad allergies. So I'm like, well, to what? Like, she's all, well, we need to test you. So I was like, okay, but I'm not gonna die. So I'm no. So do you want to die? And I'm like, no. She's all, well, why did you say you're gonna die? Because I've been already saying goodbyes like for 4 months. Like, I'm ready. Like, I'm gonna die. José Alfredo Jiménez está que se va y se va. That's me. No más chingo, no me voy. Well, finally, guys, they did all the tests. They gave me the picas everywhere. I'm allergic literally to everything. I'm not gonna lie.
We're allergy buddies. I got an EpiPen in my bag in case you need it.
I need one. I am allergic to everything, even dogs, and I've had dogs all my life. Like, what? So, yeah.
Even I'm
That's
allergic
what's
to.
going on.
There's times like in April I got some bad allergies. I was like, me lloraba los ojos, runny nose, que esto que el otro. I go to the doctor. He's like, I'm gonna give you these pills and this nasal spray. And I'm like, oh, you give me liquid cocaine.
That's when he said that. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, when I told you, you're like, what did they give you? I go, they gave me some pills and liquid cocaine. And she's like, what do you mean? I showed her the picture of the nasal spray. Like, get it?
Yes. I'm on 4 meds. I only take 2. I'm not doing no fucking, no.
I don't like the nasal spray because I have allergies. I'm a bubble. They call me the bubble girl at work. In my office, because I have a private office, on the window it says, emergency. EpiPen located inside, and then it has the steps on what to do in case I pass out. So I'm allergic to, well, they call it idiopathic anaphylaxis, which is a fancy way of saying we believe that you're allergic to stuff, but we don't know what it is. Like I have my regular allergies, like cats, almonds, raspberries, pine, so like pine trees, pine nuts, pine cones, and preservatives, which is in everything. So it's like if you eat processed foods, fast foods, all that stuff, like I can go into anaphylaxis. So I got you. I have allergy pills and I have EpiPen, so I got you covered.
No camping for you.
No, I can't. If it's during spring when they're in bloom and there's pollen everywhere, I'll die. But if I go like after it's done or like in the wintertime, estoy al 100.
So the non-camping season.
Yes. I like to go fishing and stuff like that.
What do you mean non-camping season? We could go camping anytime.
Right?
Not in the cold.
Not this one. This one, she's nah.
Well, what do you expect? Have you ever
I don't
been
do-
to Pismo to camp?
Been a Glamis.
I will not do. If I can't bring my high heels or my blow dryer, I'm not going.
I took her camping once and she was fucking miserable.
See, the thing with me
You
is
can't use high heels in the sand.
And it wasn't even camping. It was what they call glamping.
glamping.
Yeah, we're in a tent with an air mattress and everything.
that's considered glamping.
No,
I used to sleep in a
No,
sleeping
glamping
bag
to
on the
me-
floor.
To glamping to me is like a cabin, y con TV, but like
Oh,
me,
that's just-
Sí, así sí voy.
That's
okay.
vacation.
Así sí voy. En un cabin. We
One
could drink
AC,
some. Yes.
mini fridge. No, see me, I have this duality where it's like I look like this and I go to work. I stand every day, hair, makeup, todo, dresses every single day because I hate pants because of my scar. But when I know I'm gonna go fishing or I'm gonna go here,
You
I'll
could be the man.
I could be a man. I could be a potato.
So could I.
Like I do it. Everybody calls me a potato because I have eyebrows, but I have no makeup on, and then I have my hair up in a bun, t-shirt, pants, my boots. Y órale, vamos, like let's go. But to sleep on the floor, I'm not at my age anymore. But yeah,
No me levanto.
¿verdad? No pasas del piso, pero tampoco te levantas.
I probably can't do it no more either. I think should have domesticated me a little too much. Now I can't fucking function in the world no more.
This fucking guy, when I first got with him, he's like, I could just sleep anywhere. Like,
No,
you don't need to take your pillow? He's like, for what? Like, to sleep. What do you mean for what?
I will never get rid. I have like so many pillows. I have like stuffed animals because I'm a big baby. I have my stuffed animals in my pillows, and then I have to like arrange them, and then I like crawl and put my blanket, and the AC is on like 62. And I have like 2 blankets on. That's how I sleep.
Well, even before this happened to me, I was able to sleep on the floor. Just give me a pillow, flat floor. You know?
That was him.
Oh
No.
no.
No, last time I tried doing that, and I was like,
Can't even sleep on a damn
can't even
couch.
move. Like somebody help me up. It's like
Well,
backslide.
I grew up without a bed, so
Okay.
for me, I didn't get a bed till I was like almost 16. So having no bed was like not a big deal. I could sleep anywhere, and we're always camping, so it was not a problem. I could sleep.
Yeah,
sleep
he's
in
a
the
mountain man. He's disgusting.
go like 5-6
He
days
goes
without a
out for 5
shower.
days, he's
Oh,
good
no.
without a shower. Like,
No.
he's like, I'll just wash whatever needs to be washed.
You hunt for what you need to eat that day, and that was it. Man.
See me, I've gone fishing where I'll gut a fish. Like I'll get all dirty, I'll have bait all over me, like the stink bait, and like wipe it all over me, and I'm fine. But then like I'm like, okay, we're done for the day. I need to get home
As
within
soon
the
as you
hour.
pull in the
I-
driveway, you're domesticated
Yes,
again. Huh?
I'm like, oh no, tengo que bañarme, and
Yeah, that's me.
I'll take a hot shower where I come out looking like a lobster.
Yeah,
Because
that's me.
I'm like, I don't feel clean unless I take a boiling hot shower. And the doctor's like, that's not good for you. I'm all, it don't matter.
Oh, man.
I can't. I can't take cold showers. Like maybe like if I'm just like a cold shower to like feel better, because whatever. But to feel clean,
You need to
it's,
shower like you're with the devil.
yes.
Like my sister says, I'm
Same.
crazy. It's 100 degrees outside, and I
No, I
open the
don't
door,
care.
y sale el pinche steam pa' afuera. Like, dude, it's fucking hot.
The only times I haven't is the 2 times I've been like full-term pregnancy. Because it's not good for them.
Yeah, it's not.
So it's like, I'm
I'm
sitting there like all
always-
stupid.
I'm
like,
always
cold
cold
water.
showers, cold showers all the time.
No.
And when I
It's
get
funny.
when I get home from camping, I smell my feet. That ain't that bad.
They are bad. I'll tell you guys.
So,
I
yeah,
got
a
a
little while.
sniff test.
Yeah, you start scratching under the seat like, damn, is that bad?
It is bad.
Cuando las moscas te siguen, mijo, es una seña.
Oh, I
No,
got- I got-
y las moscas lo siguen. That's how bad. Like, he's past that.
Oh.
They
just
die.
like, fuck
Like in
him.
the cartoons when they used to walk past the flowers and they die.
Yes.
And we went to Glamis one time for like a week, and we slept on a trailer. We took 2 5-gallon jugs of water.
These
That was
glamorous
it.
to take them.
And
Or
we
let
slept
him
out
take
there.
you.
That like
Yeah, we'll
no
stay
shower.
behind.
I think I paid for 1 shower at the store. But when I got home, I walked into the pad. My grandma's like, "Take your fucking clothes off. You ain't walking in this house like that."
Just
Because
throw them away. Just burn them.
they like smelled me coming up the driveway, and I was like, "I don't smell that
Pepe Le
bad."
Pew.
I'm over there. I'm like, "It ain't that bad." Like,
I know.
I guess it was bad.
He was literally Pepe Le Pew because he still was going there. Querida, and I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
You picked me up, no?
No, yes. That's what I was like, you're so gross.
The only experience I have with that is my nephew. He's been with us since he was 1. He's 24 now. Shout out, Nico, W. But he was a football player. I know.
Oh yeah.
I'm just sitting here like,
I know. No. He's my boy is he's a man. He's like 6 feet, 6'1", all yoked up, and then when he was in high school he was, smelly kid. But he'd be like, Tia, can you give me and my friends a ride home? And I had a little Toyota Matrix, okay?
Smell
A
straight
Toyota
ass in there.
Matrix. It's like a little hatchback. And I was like, all right, mijo. We'll do this. So then I have like a car full of smelly boys. They did Hell Week.
Oh yeah, that's practice twice a day. Wait there.
Twice a day, okay. And he was on varsity and JV at the same time. They called him an in-betweener. So he had both practices, both games. You know, Thursdays and Fridays playing. That kid is a beast, okay. And he was like, let's go get raspados at Vallarta. And I was like, okay, cool. And I'm driving. This is one of my most traumatizing stories of smelly men, John. I'm driving, and then, you know, I
still
feel
smell my
someone,
boots sometimes.
I feel someone go like this, right? He's like, Tia. And I'm all, what? It's his foot without his pants on. Oh my God. I literally went, did you just touch
But did it smell?
Yeah. Pero just feel this. Okay, like turn un poquito para allá. Like look that way. You just feel, Tia.
Oh no.
And then you look
at him.
Es a size 14 or 15 patota. Okay? Going like this, can we get raspados? And I was like, oh my God.
That's his way of convincing her.
Yes. And I was like, stop touching me and I will take you guys to go get whatever you want. So smelly men, I can't take it.
Oh man.
It's like it stays right here. And even though they don't stink no more.
And then right here.
Yes.
And then you're like, no.
No, it stays programmed into your
The worst is like how John says, after so many days of camping, I've done that shit too, though, that ni me aguanto yo mismo. When I get home, it's like, fuck, I need to jump in the shower once I get home from camping, spray the truck with Febreze, the sea, because ni me aguantaba driving home. It's like,
whatever boxers you're wearing, straight trash.
So gross.
Oh, no.
Trash. Don't even try to wash that
You
shit.
hit the driveway and what'd you say? You become domesticated?
You're domesticated again. All of a sudden, I need a shower.
no, because if you ever been camping to Tierra del Sol, TDS, or Patillo, it's always in March, so there's no bathroom nearby. There's the Arco that's, well, not an Arco anymore. I think it's a Terrible now. No, Pilot. So you got showers there, but that's like a 10-minute drive. So
And
it's gonna go
$20.
Yeah.
So there's Vero. You got to meet her a little bit. Here's Rocky. Got to meet him a little bit. And here's me. Nobody knows me. No, just kidding. So yeah, guys, this is it. The co-host of the season, I guess?
Season 3.
Season 3. We will be hitting them streets and eating them tacos, even though you guys know I do not like the tacos. I hate tacos. No tacos. Okay, see the bug that was in on the other day?
Is that the thing that you sent me? Did you send
I
that to me?
posted it like a freaking bug in my cilantro.
Oh, yes.
That was disgusting.
Sí, por andar de pinche antojada con los pinches tacos. Look at this little bug. It looks like cilantro, but it's a bug. Yeah. Look at. Look at. I know. Yuck.
I didn't eat it, by the way, you know. We took it to the counter, they exchanged them. I didn't make a big deal. Okay, no, so I wait, you know, like whatever. Just give me the tacos and leave me alone. Let's live life. But it is what it is. So, like I said, this is it. It's an intro to who these people are. No, I'm not his wife. No, I'm not her wife. It is what it is right here. That's
Hold on.
it.
The way you would tag us on stuff is like 10 people tag, like, ahí van las parejas.
No, I'm not his wife. I'm not her wife.
No.
I'm not even gay for that matter, so I don't even know why I said I'm not her wife.
She don't even want to be my wife.
Especially not his wife. Like, we're done. But it is what it is. Like I said, y pues, muchas gracias for your time. Our next together, we're hopefully going to be, like I said, September for me, spooky time.
Yes.
That's it. Spooky time, paranormal, chamuco, the devil. They're the same in English and Spanish, but it just sounds scarier, the chamuco, you know. But yeah, so yeah, keep it going. I'm trying to get Bigfoot stories, so let's have a look to Robert. He is actually trying to come and talk to us. He has actual experiences. Not just one, three. So hopefully, if we get together next time, he will be here. Next week's my birthday. Yes. So si ando de loca, don't judge me. I'm 39. That it is what it is. So check this out. Next episode we will be here, and thank you for your time, guys. And what else do I say? That's it. Bye. Bye.
Hey, comadres and compas. I gotta talk a little quietly because of that word. Anyway, something came up, so I wasn't able to film with La Comadre. Sorry, Bex. For those of you that don't know me, it's Pinche Stephanie. And I'm sorry to Frank and Veronica. I really wanted to meet you guys. Like I said, something came up and I couldn't make it to filming. But I will be there next time, for sure. Let Becky know if there's any segments that you guys want me to do. You know, the spooky stuff is all me. Anyways, I look forward to continuing this journey with, you know, my comadre, and I look forward to interacting with everybody. Sorry again, and see you next time.